in they have a higher literacy rate, and even though India has a more proper education system. So India is a more diverse population with various uh, religion, languages, while Sri Lanka mostly follows Buddhism. Like in India, it is Christian, Sikhs,
Hindus,
and all of those. And while Sri Lanka is only Buddhism. Next, I'll move on to politics. So India is a very democratic country, while Sri Lanka is a democratic socialist republic. It means you can speak there freely. Then in India, like you can't. I mean, you can, but you can go to jail for that. And India and Sri Lanka. So, like in conclusion, India and Sri Lanka are neighboring countries, and they show similarities of culture and historical influence. For example, in India, we celebrate Diwali. We do the Raksha thing. Yeah, and in Sri Lanka, we also do that. So some similarities are there. So in conclusion, I want to live in India.
Wonderful explanation, Karina. Excellent. Just like Vanshika did a complete, you actually nailed it, I would say, both of you. So the case studies, ins and outs, you have completed everything. Wonderful analysis. Now I would like to move to Siddhi. Siddhi, please change your name. Always come with your own name instead of your parents' name.
Ma'am, sorry, ma'am. From tomorrow, I'll remember that.
Please.
I would like. So, I would like to move to Sri Lanka because of less corruption. It was the main point that attracted me to go to Sri Lanka. Not only this one, its beauty and its welcoming habit has also attracted me. I accept that Sri Lanka is also having many more bad things, but still, Sri Lanka is better than India. There is less corruption in Sri Lanka, which is the best part of this country. So, my final decision is that I would like to go to Sri Lanka.
Very nice, Siddhi. So, on the basis of corruption, you are deciding that you want to move to Sri Lanka because of lesser corruption over there. Okay, a nice decision. I really uphold your prioritization. It's the time, guys, that you should prioritize things. Okay, so once you learn that what is your priority, why do you want to choose a particular thing? Because everything would have certain goods and bads, but which thing do you place on the top? That decides your choice. So Siddhi has kept corruption at the top level, and that's why she wants to go to Sri Lanka. Karina has kept democracy, military, education, not education, but the what one more thing you have listed down.
Technology, education, and
technology innovation. Yes, so that's why she has moved to India. Now we will listen from Kian. Kian, what is your take?
India has better innovation, military strength, democracy, and incoming inequality. But Sri Lanka has less poverty, more literacy, less crime rate, and more average income.
Right.
Ma'am, so I think I prefer living in Sri Lanka, ma'am, because like there is more literacy, more literate people, and poverty is left. So and has more greenery. So I think I should live just in.
All right. All right. Now, I would want offline students to voice out their point. So we will give a chance to Kirti here. Kirti, I have switched on it.
Analysis of India versus Sri Lanka. According to me, Sri Lanka is better in various sectors discussed in above data in terms of corruption, life expectancy, literacy, poverty, average income, income inequality, crimes. But India is also better than Sri Lanka in various sectors like innovation, democracy, military. India is more safer than Sri Lanka because of high amount of military facilities. It is innovated, but it's also But it's also true there are crimes happening in both countries, but India is more covered with crimes on other side. In India, people are free to move in terms of lifestyle because of democracy. I would like to live in India as my motherland and a precious place for me.
According to me, data collected data, Sri Lanka is better than India, as in India, pollution, average income, poverty are less than Sri Lanka, and also Sri Lanka is peaceful than India, and also in corruption, India uh, on 80th rank and Sri Lanka, uh, but in one way, both countries are better as very. Uh, hmm, as in these two countries, both countries making themselves more powerful, peaceful, and beautiful, and a democratic republic. But some people say that India is better than Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is better than India, and some also say that both countries are better. But according to me, Sri Lanka is better than India, and I have to move to Sri Lanka as for beautiful, less corruption and education. I made that earlier.
Now, Prisha.
I'll go with I'll go with India because there is nothing bad. Yes, our country is not good at some things, like uh, not good at some things comparative to Sri Lanka, like life expectancy, literacy, crimes, and some more things. But there are a few points that are good also. Our country is having the power of democracy the power of democracy, innovation, and have freedom also. So I would like to live in my country only.
Okay. Good points, Prisha. Let's talk to Gianna. Gianna spoke yesterday, did she?
No, ma'am, I didn't.
Speak up then.
According to me, both countries are good in their own way. Though, after viewpointing this index, Sri Lanka is surely better. But if I tell you, India is also very nice. If we talk about innovation, military, and democracy, India is better. But rest of it, Sri Lanka got the point. Though there are some things that are not mentioned in this index where India got the point. For example, if we have to live longer, so we should live in Sri Lanka. But if we want to live safer, like military point, we should live in India. So we all have different opinions. But I would love to stay in India only. But I would love to visit in Sri Lanka because I've heard a lot about its magnificent beauty and their adventurous sports.
Very good, Gianna. So you are trying to travel in both the boats depending upon which is the safest. And whenever it is safest, you try to move to that country immediately. That means you have to buy multiple visas, no? One foot in India and another in Sri Lanka. Okay. Now we will move to Pavni. Yes, Pavni.
Ma'am, from my opinion, on the basis of cleanliness or not having that much pollution, we can say Sri Lanka. Even though Sri Lanka is having less population in the form of people, but India is having more. That's why. And aside from the fact there are 1 billion people of India and 24 million of Sri Lanka. That's why, and it's a safer country. From India, and in cleanliness also, even though when we just move ahead to the foods related so both on their own basis both are having different, because every individual country or the main city has its own different type of fruits, vegetables, and all that.
Right, Pavni. So I appreciate that despite you were not present yesterday, still looking at others, you have given your general opinion. However, it was based on the case study that we did yesterday. So it was a video, and based on the video, we have come up with the 8 to 9 bases uh, for which we compared India and Sri Lanka. Now, guys, we are moving towards how we can actually compare two qualities. Okay, so words or ways of comparison. You have said like India is better or Sri Lanka is better. Okay, in crimes it is better than or probably when you talk about military, not I would say crimes, but in military it is better than Sri Lanka, or in rate of life expectancy Sri Lanka is better than India. So these are the quite quite a lot many, there are quite a lot many words which can give you a comparison. So it is better than, as we are just talking about in here. Okay, so when you are comparing two qualities, please use is better than. Then is developed than or is more developed than, is more liberal, is not as good as. So if you are comparing two things, you will say that it is not as good as Sri Lanka. So you mean Sri Lanka is better. Okay. So this is the ways of showing the comparison. The fifth one, more biased. Now, there is a specific meaning for everything. You cannot use it every time. Okay. Is better than you can use every time. Okay. But and this one is not dash as dash. This can be also used every time. But when we talk about more liberal, more developed, more biased, these are specific words which you can only use in certain situation. If you think that, there are two teachers, okay? One teacher is loving you, but the other one is not paying attention to you. So you will gradually think that, ma'am doesn't pay attention to me. She's more biased. More biased means more partial. When we say somebody is biased, that person is partial towards you. Okay, so it's more biased. Okay, if we say that there are certain, for example, there is a news channel, say for example ZTV. Okay, they are more biased. They are biased towards this thing there. Times of India. So they always bring up the news, or they are more biased towards BJP. They will always bring good news for BJP and bad news for Congress. Or they are more biased towards Congress. That means they will bring more good news of Congress and less good news of BJP. So that is also biasness. Okay. So, and liberal is free of thoughts, freedom. When you are free, you are liberal. Okay, so my parents are more liberal than my friends' parents. Okay, Sri Lanka is more liberal than India, for example. Okay, or China is more rule-oriented country than India. So you have to place a word more and a than afterward, and the quality in between. So look at this, a final show of it, the quality, okay, and than. But before quality, you have to put more or less. More or lesser is lesser developed, is more developed. Okay, that's how we use the comparative degrees. Now let's have a look here. We've already done it though. The class will be divided between India and Sri Lankan team. One student from each team will discuss on basis given in the PPT using comparative words. Okay. This is what we have done in the form of analysis. Okay. So example, my country India is better than China in emotional support. According to percentages shown, I agree China is good, if not better, in having emotional support. Okay, this is how you can explain. Are we ready for?
Ma'am, can you show the last one?
Although we have done it already, but in case you still want to experiment with the practical part of it, otherwise we'll move on to the assignment. That is more important.
Yeah, let's move on to the assignment.
Everybody is taking going for assignment only. We'll go for it then. Okay, so here you have to do. I'll ask you one by one. Okay, and you have to answer. But all of you will be writing the answer in your notebooks for sure. Okay.
Online students also.
Online students also, yes. So the first one should be done by only answer. Depends upon what quality we have. Say, for example, if we have got quality as beautiful, you cannot write beautifuler. You will write more beautiful. Okay. Yes. So let us start with the rhythm. Rhythm, tell me the first one.
Ma'am, Delhi is noisier than Kerala.
Yes, Delhi is noisier than Kerala. Second one, Mukul. In Uttar Pradesh, people's voice is more sweet than sugar. As sweet as sugar, not more sweet than sugar. Okay, so it's a comparison, but with as, and you are using only the word sweet, not sweeter. Okay, we have two ways of showing this. In Uttar Pradesh, people's voice is sweeter than sugar. Okay, if it is better than sugar. But if you want to keep it equal to the sugar, it will be as sweet as sugar, the same level. Okay, you are as intelligent as your mother. Now, third one is for Siddhi.
Durga Puja is Dash festival of Eastern India. Durga Puja is most popular festival of Eastern India.
Now, why we have used most popular? Because we are covering the entire Eastern India first, and second, there is a the.
There is the.
The always takes superlative degree. Okay, for those who do not know, it will take superlative degree. Right, Mukul? Now, Vanshika. Is the safest place for women in India. Again, the superlative degree. The is there. Okay. Now, Anshika will answer.
Yes, ma'am. Goa.
Sorry.
Goa is one of the popularest tourist destinations in it. Ma'am, because most popular will not.
Why?
Because the most popular. Because of the.
Popular. There is no word like popularest. It is the most popular.
Popular tourist
Yes. Kush, the sixth
destination in India. Ma'am.
Yes. The South Indian bum is as healthy as North Indian chivda. Okay. Now, Kian.
It is believed that July is the worst month for weddings in India.
It's the worst, WORST, season for wedding.
And can you show the sixth one?
The sixth one, yeah. Why is it the worst month for weddings in India?
Because it's too hot.
It's very hot.
Is it hot?
Yes. Too hot.
Okay. Any other reason?
Yeah, because it's rainy season also.
Yes.
Rainy season.
Yes, it's rainy. Basically, it's rainy. So nobody wants to go in drenched clothes in the party hall and just let their makeup go off.
And the wedding white dress be full white, full like wet.
And nobody really, especially grooms in India do not want not to sit on, the, what do we say, the horse carriage. Everybody wants to do that. So they specifically choose not to go in the month of July for a wedding. This is
what was the sixth one? It was as healthy
as North Indian chivda. You have tasted chivda, everybody?
What is chivda?
Okay, so they are rice flakes basically. Okay.
I've tasted.
They are rice flakes and they are mixed with onion and tomatoes. You can eat it as a dry roast. Yeah, you can eat it roasted also.
Ma'am, like, are these a kind of like they are the rice sweet, rice salted namkeen kind of?
It's up to you. You want to make it
Excuse me.
salted or you generally people don't eat sweetened chivda, but in Madhya Pradesh and Gujarat they eat sweetened chivda. In Gujarat, always they
Excuse
add
me.
something sugary, something sweet in it, so it turns out to be sweet chivda for them. But when in India, when you come in north side, Punjabis will make hell out of everything. So they will add onions, tomatoes, and what not to this rice flakes. Yes, a lot of spices in it. And some people who have a healthy mindset, they would just roast the rice flakes and add some coriander, dry coriander leaves. They would add what do we call groundnuts to it, and you can have a healthy snack time. It's available, ready-made available at Chinese stores. You can have it.
Sounds more tasty with coriander leaf.
Yeah.
Excuse
Now, please do not talk about it.
Oh, how much is chocolate for that?
No chocolates, and now because I am really starving, I do not want to talk about any food as of now.
excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, Nidhi.
Ma'am, I'm saying that can you send this assignment on the group also?
Yes, surely I'll do that.
Okay.
Chivda poha.
Yes, it's poha only.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, 8th one for the offline. Kirti. Yes, India is more corrupt than Sri Lanka because there is a than. You of course have to place a more to it. Now, online, I would want some Riddhi to answer.
India is more unsafe than Sri Lanka.
Okay, more unsafe than Sri Lanka. And next, Pavni. Your turn is done.
Can I go? I didn't go.
Karina.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sri Lankan people are more literate than Indians.
I think it should be Sri Lankans only, not Sri
Yeah,
Lankans.
Sri Lankan.
Yeah, I also want to say that too.
Why on the earth have I written that? I do not know. Okay. Offline. Mukul. 11th. Sorry? Bache, there is a than here. With a than we have to put, yes, Indian forces are more powerful than Sri Lanka. Okay. So India, let's talk to Rhythm. Rhythm.
Ma'am, in 12th question, you have written THA, N is missing.
India has, okay.
Which one?
Rhythm.
Ma'am, which one?
Okay, Prisha, please answer. Prisha,
Yes, ma'am.
please answer.
Ma'am, with 11 now.
11.
Indian forces are dash powerful than Sri Lanka, more powerful.
What Nicole said over. Gianna, 12th.
India has more innovative engineers than Sri Lanka.
Right. Kian,
Yes, ma'am.
hi.
Ma'am,
You have to keep speaking. Why there's a halt? Yes, Sri Lanka. I say yes, Sri Lanka. This Sorry. Kian, tell me.
Ma'am, Sri Lanka is richer than India.
Right. Vanshika. Okay, better than Sri Lanka. Of course, lesser than Sri Lanka cannot happen. So we have better than Sri Lanka in incoming vote. Okay.
In the index, it was.
Yes. They were telling according to the video. Mukul, 15th.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Wait, Rhythm. Mukul. India is more democratic than Sri Lanka. Yes, Rhythm, tell me now.
Ma'am, I am asking that India is only compared to Sri Lanka.
Yes, that's why we have a than here.
Ma'am, can you please show the 13th one?
It is more democratic.
No, the 13th one. The 13th.
13th is richer.
Don't do that. Okay. Anyways, guys, so a quick revision to what we did, and then we have a small chit chat lesson here. When you are comparing one thing with the other, we use a than in between. Okay. So it is darker in this room than in the other room. Okay. It is brighter in this room than in the other room. So we have added an ER to it. The second way is it is more powerful room than the other room, or it is it is lazier here than there. Really, you will, when you will see the kids shouting out there, you would not make out. Yeah, you would not dare even to speak. Right. Anyway, so that was about two things. When we have more things, okay, so we'll say that most. So India is the most powerful nation of all. Okay. This is the most beautiful room of all. Okay. And these are the most intelligent students of all. Okay. Just for an example, okay, don't you focus and attention here.
What about us?
These are the most intelligent online students of all the online students.
No, it's that you were showing that side. That means
I have to keep both of you happy, no? You are as good as online students, right? You are as good as online students, right? So now, I am going to do one speaking, task here with you people. Are you all ready for that? You have enough
Yes.
energy? Yes. Okay.
Yes.
You are as energetic as in the beginning of the class? I'm as energetic as in the beginning. Okay. Yes, Rhythm. Rhythm is energetic towards the end also. Very nice, Rhythm. Can I have the light switched on? Right. It looks better. At least my eyes. Okay. Now, the speaking task is this, that you have to you have to rather meet 2 to 3 people online, right? And you have to write their qualities. And you have to compare your friends with others. That's something very bad I'm doing to you, but you have to compare. Okay. So I'll make 2 groups online, and here the group is already there. Okay, girls versus no.
And after that, not all of us will be staying friends. Some will be only broken up.
Certainly, Samriddhi and you will stay friends.
Yeah.
Right. So
Good in English, and whenever we get team up, like last time, me, Pavni, and Smriti teamed up. She was very fun to talk with and all.
Ma'am,
yes, Siddhi. Whom do you
Ma'am,
find better?
I
actually, I'm having my tuition.
Okay, okay, all right. You can make it. Pavni, whom did you find better?
Ma'am, I also leave.
Pavni?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I found Karina better than me because she lives in Russia, and I love her beautiful haircut, how she dressed, and also the haircut is I am not having that hairs to be cutted by this time, and she is having, and she says that I want to just like I want to learn Hindi, and I want to learn English or whatever language she is learning in her school. So we are
Russian.
both of just like she wants to learn Hindi from me, and I want to learn whatever the language she is just getting from the school.
All right.
So I feel better than.
Okay. All right. So I think you get to know each other in a better
I
way.
know too that Pavli lives in India, and I also wants to live in India, because whenever I travel from some other place, I'm like, yes, finally India. I can do something. I can do something rather than school.
That's good. That's good. So I shall meet you guys tomorrow then. It's the end of meeting. It was nice interacting with you all on the basis of comparison. Thank you so much. Namaskar. I'll see you tomorrow at 4 again.
Ma'am.